right? So I'm going to mute me for the time being, and I'm going to leave it open for both you and Kathy and your content. Yes. All right. You're in control, I hope. I don't know why I'm supposed to be muted. Yeah, okay. Just my computer.
You can see my screen? Yes. You turn off your mic. You're muted.
All right. Turn it down. Turn it up.
So my screen is on. Just go ahead.
Go ahead.
You want to do it for your part again, or you do it straight? You're going to do it for your part again?
No, I'm just going to let you go. Do you want me to do that? I could do that. I'll do a little explanation here. All right. I know we're live. We're struggling here a little bit with the technology, but we're getting organized, and I just want to let you know that we have given you an introduction, and we had a problem of introducing our parties, all the people that were involved, including Shelley, so we have to go and start a new hangout, but we'll tie this all together at the end. So right now, Shelley will take over and explain to you how to tailor your content for our mobile site.
Thanks, Ian. Today, as Ian said, we're going to be looking at number 2 on the checklist, tailoring content for your mobile site. And you may ask, why would you need to tailor your content for your mobile site? Why is it important that you pay special attention to the way content is presented to your mobile users? So let's first look at some trends in terms of device usage. Today we know that users are more and more alternating between devices. They may start the day using their mobile phones, their smartphones. They may then use their tablets, and they can also use their desktops, whether they be at work or for their personal use at home. But the point is that users keep alternating between devices on a daily basis. And it's said that up to a maximum of 3 devices users typically use in any given day. This is all on screen, and that's what's happening today. Some more numbers. We're looking now at internet penetration on mobile. And today we can see that, well, this survey was done back in 2012. It's done by Google, and we can see that internet penetration on mobile is steadily escalating. The study spans the US, UK, France, Germany, and Japan. And the trend, as you can see, is consistent throughout, a steady increase. Now we're going to look at desktop versus mobile usage. And this graph here shows us a report dating back to September 2009. And at that time, desktop usage accounted for 98.9% of the total browsing devices in use. Today, it has gone down to 74.98%. Mobile, on the other hand, has steadily risen from 1.1% to a remarkable 25.02%. So we can see the numbers for mobile are steadily growing, and desktop, on the other hand, continues to decline. So given these numbers and these trends, it's pretty clear that we need to tailor our content for these growing mobile users. And some areas that we can look at, these would be website images, content organization, and our links. This would include basic page links, navigation, and our very important call to action. Now, in terms of images, more and more users, since they're viewing websites on smaller, slower, and less capable devices, which have lower bandwidth and data limitations, this could be an issue for those users because the download speeds on these devices are obviously not as great as on the desktop devices. As web developers or website owners, we want to provide a rich experience to our users. But providing too many or too large images can slow the download time, frustrate users, and expense them unnecessarily. And what it means is that when users become frustrated, you're not going to hang around. One solution that we have found very handy is called adaptive images. It's a technique which automatically determines the size of the user's screen. It creates the suitably sized versions of the images that you have embedded on your website, caches them, and then delivers them to the user. So we're just going to look at an example from a site, one of our sites, barbados.org, where this technique is used. And just a minute, I'll just bring that up on the screen. Okay, so this is a screenshot of barbados.org, our Barbados on this section. And as you can see, there's a pretty large image here, which is used in our slideshow. Now, imagine that mobile users having to download this large image would have to wait for quite a long time for this image to load. The adaptive images technique would take this image, once the user logs on the cell phone, it would realize that the user's screen is small, so what it would do is resize the image dynamically, cache it so that users coming onto the website in the future receive that small image and deliver that smaller image to the user. So this is what the image would look like on a mobile device. As you can see, it's much smaller. It still is fairly crisp, and the user would not have to wait that frustrating length of time to receive the image on their machines.
That's actually resized, not just percentage-wise.
Exactly. It's not squished or it's not skewed or anything. It's dynamically resized and stored on the server and delivered to the user.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the solution with adaptive images. So really, it's a pretty good solution. It's great for sites that are already up and running because there's no need for the site owner to change their HTML code or markup. All they need to do is basically download the adaptive images files, place them in the root of their website. They would create a special folder for the cached images and include a simple line of JavaScript in their document's head. And then you could customize the script for your website as you see fit. You can set breakpoints at which you want the different images to be created, and you go from there. It's a very simple process, 3 steps to start, and you would have your adaptive images up and running. Those users interested in obtaining this script can actually obtain it from the adaptive images website. We'll just share that address with you. So here you can see some simple instructions on downloading and setting up your adaptive images script. And there are also some guidelines in terms of customization. On the site, there is also a demo of how the script works. You can see examples of the sizes of this image the difference in kilobytes that need to be downloaded each time the file is resized. So at the larger size, you can see the user would have to download 200 kilobytes. The smaller it gets, the smaller the file size. So you can see there's quite a considerable saving when you go down to the mobile size, which would be around 480 pixels wide, only 30 kilobytes. Right. The next thing we're going to look at is content organization. And these are some tips in terms of getting your mobile content organized for the best unit. Number one, you should ensure that your text is easy to read on smaller screens. To do this, you could consider using recommended fonts for the web, such as Arial and Times. These fonts are legible, and they should be set at sizes that are easily read without the user having to zoom in or pitch the screen to zoom out. The content should be clean, and it should be streamlined for easy reading. Always remember to keep your text font size. Users on mobile devices don't want to scroll through an inordinate length of text just to find out the information you're looking for. Keep it to the point, keep it short. You can use bullets and use headers to make those important sections of your web content stand out for the mobile user who may be in a hurry and maybe just scrolling through the screens. Another technique that we use on barbados.org is collapsible content. So let's just demonstrate that. Now, if we scroll to the bottom of our Barbados.org website, these are two headings that we will notice are clickable on mobile devices. When the user clicks here, the content expands, and the user can choose to close that content area back up if he so desires. On desktop, the size of that content is visible to the user from the time he loads the page. So where there's content that we don't consider critical, you can decide to have that content collapse for mobile users and have it expanded for the desktop users. Okay. The third thing we're going to look at is our content links, navigation, and call to actions. You want to ensure that mobile users can navigate your site effortlessly and efficiently. The link should pass what is known as the test, and this means that on a mobile device where there's a touch screen, the user should be able to easily click on the link and have it go to the page or section of the page that they need to go to. It's recommended that the link target area should be at least 25 millimeters, but this is only a guideline, so it's not a guarantee that it would be always feasible for the user to click that target area. And we're going to demonstrate that on one of our sites, which we recently designed, Atlantis Submarine Barbados. Right, you will notice that on mobile devices now, this content area here, which contains basically a sitemap, a list of all of the links within the website. We've increased the size of the links, the space between them in this area, so that users can easily click on these links and access the various features of the website. If we look at this on desktop now, you will notice that the area of surrounding the link is not as large. It's not necessary because users are more than likely going to be using a mouse or other pointing device that allows them to easily access the target click area. Another point in terms of links, we want to make sure that our call to actions are very prominent on mobile. The call us and find us in this example are important call to actions for mobile because we want mobile users to be easily able to place a call to the business or to find directions if they need to. So if possible, place these links as close to the top of the page as possible and make the area easily clickable. So you can see with just a simple click here, the user can dial toll free to the business or from a local number. Similarly, we can get directions to the place of business. It's also important that when you're creating links that you not position in such a way that they overlap other content. Keep it as separate from the other content as possible. And this should apply not only to standard links within the page, but to the menu as well. You will notice that the menu for mobile is quite different from what it is on the desktop. There are buttons which are more easily clickable than links. And the target area is sufficiently large to allow the person to easily click on a touchscreen device. Right, so in summary, what we have learned is that mobile users are on the increase. Users on sites that are non-friendly in terms of mobile content will not stick around. So your content needs to be tailored to meet the needs of and expectations of these users. And there are 3 tips that we came up with to achieve this, to help you to achieve this. You must optimize your image delivery. Adaptive images is one solution we suggest. You must organize your content. And finally, you must optimize your links, navigation, and call to actions. That's it for now. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see if I can get back in here again. So I am trying to. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Thank you very much, Nelly. I think very good explanation of what needs to be done to tailor the content. Now, we've had a few issues with technology on this webinar, so I'm going to take them offline. I'm going to leave them online, but we're going to download them and edit them out so that it's sequenced a little bit better and with some better continuity through the whole thing, and put them up, and we'll advise everyone that's looked at the webinar where that'll be. Now, if you want to be informed of webinars in the future, the best place to go to is to go to the, let's see if we have the option, go to the mobile, the checklist at travelonthego.com, that's a mobile checklist, and sign up. Make sure that you're in that database because that's who we'll communicate with. And we'll let you know when the next webinar is going to be, and we're going to have a bunch of webinars to go through each of the points on the checklist, and it'll take probably a month or 2 to get through them all. So we are offering this free of charge, and we hope that it'll help you to manage and design, manage, and market your mobile presence, or market your business with mobile. And if you want any help in designing and developing a mobile website, we have, as you can see, a team of very very experienced and very skilled designers and people that understand the marketing on mobile who will help you. It's Kathy, Lynn, and Shelley primarily, and they've done quite a number of designs for a number of very large websites. So you can contact us through support@axes.com. And we'll be happy to, we'll get back to you right away and try and evaluate where you are. If you give us your website address and that sort of thing, we'll look at that and help you with it. But in the meantime, a lot of this can be done by yourself, and if you've got a webmaster, then you'll find that the information that we're going to give you will help you understand a lot of the things, a lot of the issues that we've had to cope with and find solutions to. So that's it for now, and we'll be in touch shortly. Thanks again for watching.